Moon-stricken, animal in need, bad seed, untamable.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, this is your boy Ape. Yeah, I haven't been putting out as many videos. I've actually been pushing to do Twitch currently, so that's why I am going to be pushing out YouTube just as I normally would. But yeah, just in case some of you are wondering why I haven't been, I've also started a Twitch stream, and I'm going to be doing both now. I'm hoping this will help both, and I may even be doing like a third service, like some kind of social media platform. Anyway, so right into this. Yeah, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, follow, whatever you do. Yep, pushing it out. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to start off with. First of all, I have a fourth boss content guide already, but I don't actually have a first, second, and third. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna make a first, second, and third. I'm at second boss right now. This guide is basically gonna be a second boss guide, but the thing is I actually don't have a checkpoint for first boss. You can't even do it like that. I don't want to confuse anyone. This is what I'm gonna do. Really quickly, it's easy to tell what you have to do for first boss, so I'm actually going to tell you what you have to do for first boss without actually being there, just in case any of you are wondering. So this video is going to be a first and second boss guide. I only think it's going to take me about 60 seconds to tell you what you have to do with first boss, because it's just a DPS check. So right here in front of me, this is not what it's going to look like, but you're going to see the boss jump down ahead. Now, the only thing I think you have to do here, there's an all skill build method, there's a all DPS method. I'm just going to say that I think either one is okay. The main thing that you're going to want to do though, I run the DPS method, okay? It's still really good that we have someone BTSUing when the boss jumps down from the top, okay? That's a really good part. And then we just have 3 people sweet dreaming the shield guys. If you don't sweet dreams the shield guys, you have to shoot them, and it's just harder to do it. So for first boss, this is what you're gonna do. Here's an all DPS method. You're gonna have one person on like a healer build, and the reason why is to just break his hive, to proc BTSU for everyone, so everyone's getting that overcharge. The other players are just going to be running glass cannon, or focus is definitely recommended. This is like a 15-second phase, so you guys are going to be killing first boss in 15 seconds, so you don't need any like reviver hives or anything else like that. So glass cannon, focus, okay, those are going to be basically your go-to, and then 8 assault drones and 8 assault turrets. If you're in a party with someone, like say you're in a random group, if you see someone's not running assault drone or not running assault turret or something that can at least attack, just say, hey, you mind throwing on an assault turret for us? Now this way, everyone's running like glass cannon or focus, right? And when the boss actually gets his feet on the ground, you're gonna have that one guy overcharge, and you're gonna have 16 assault skills attacking the boss. It's actually going to be like 2 less than that, because you got him killing his hive, so that's going to be one thing that's actually not. And you're going to want to run a scanner pulse there, because this is my alt character. I don't know if he has it. Let me see. Yep, scanner pulse is going to give the group weakness exploit. You and your all allies amplify damage. So that's what I usually do. One person BTSUing, the rest DPS, all assault turrets, all assault drones. Okay, that's going to be it for that. And of course with the sweet dreams, I run a 4th sweet dreams. I'm just going to say that. And the reason I run a 4th sweet dreams is because a lot of the times I'll see, for some reason, one shield guy didn't get knocked down. So that's basically going to be like an automatic wipe in some groups. So at that point, I just have my 4th sweet dream guy just knock him over. Okay, second boss, let's get into it. There's a lot more mechanics in the second boss, so yeah, it depends on what method you're running. So here's the thing, it depends on how many players can cover which positions. Okay, I only run one person in control room, because I find someone who can do control room by themselves. If not, you may need 2 people if you don't have someone who can run it by himself. Same thing with power. There's going to be one guy here that runs power, and there's going to be one guy over here that runs power. I'm going to talk about that more, but what I'm getting at is, depending on how you want to set this up, I'm not going to go through and say how to set this up, because you're going to basically be with different groups, and I don't know if you have 1 healer or 2 healer or what your team is running. So I don't know if I mentioned, so you could have, you know, your second guy for the power here, so 1 here and then 1 over there where I just showed, or you could just have 1 person here. So obviously if you have a, you know, 1 guy running control room and 1 guy running power, that's going to free up a lot of stuff. So which setup you're going with is going to depend on your group. So on with it. There's a lot of stuff to kind of go over. So, all right. First, we're going to be talking about control room. I'm on my second character, so I don't have like a really like a build to show you. But I actually have a really nice build for this, and I'm not sure that you actually need it. So any just straight uphill build might work. And okay, so this screen right here is going to show you when someone walks into one of the doors downstairs, A, B, or C. Okay, so let's say your guy C is reading the codes. I'm not going to show you where codes are right now because that's not control room's job. I'm going to explain that later when I get to that position, but you're going to have a player that's, say for example, walking into C downstairs to read you the codes below. Anyways, so you're going to see him walk in, you're going to open this, he's going to read you the code, okay? Then you're going to come over here, and on the screen there's going to be, these screens are going to be full. And they're going to have these codes right here with symbols. And actually, the symbols are right here. So, really quickly, most of the time they're just going to tell you like a couple of numbers, for example. Now, there's only going to be one of these on the screen that you're going to have to figure out the code for. Now, an example of this could be, what would be a good example? You know, that is a good question. Actually, I had never done control room, and when I first ran over here, it was pretty easy. All the codes are going to pop up. You're going to see these numbers, and let's say he says, what's the first one up here? Let's say he says F2, okay? It's F2 is a bad example because there's an F2, which it's not going to be that one. I'm not sure which one of these they actually say, but there's only going to be one on screen. This is a horrible example. I think it's going to be... Okay, here's an example. So I'm pretty sure he might say something like C45, right? And see this one here, it says C45. Now all these other ones don't really have a C45. Like this one has a 45, but it's an M45, so you'll know that's not it. I think that's like a good example. Okay, so... And then you're just going to look at the screen and you're going to see, oh, like right here, for example, let's say it says C45, and there's going to be a symbol, okay? And let's say this one right here, let's say it's a white cup on a conveyor belt. Let's just say that's the symbol. Then all you would say is it's a white cup on a conveyor belt. And then your team downstairs, which I'm going to explain that part later, goes and they find the white cup on the conveyor belt, and that's it. It's a good code. You're going to see 25% here, and then you're just going to go and let him in again so he can read the next code for you. He's going to tell you the next code. You're going to come back over to the screens, and maybe it's the same code, same symbol. It might just be, oh, it's a white cup on a conveyor belt again. So boom, you could just be done there, and then you have to build this up to 100%. So let's say we're at 50% now. You're just going to come over here, let him back in, and you're just going to keep repeating the process until you get to 100%. Now, it is timed every so often. A siren's going to go off, and the guys on the bottom are getting rockets, and you're just going to have to hold the door open. Let's say C is ready, and he's just going to shoot a rocket in at the gun. Same thing, you're going to move over here to A. Let's say the guy in A is ready, and you're just going to shoot he is going to shoot the rocket at the gun. This is a wipe mechanic, so they have to have them rockets ready to shoot at the gun, or you're gonna wipe after the siren goes off. The glass is going to break in here, and there's going to be fire everywhere, and you're constantly going to be dying. That's why you have to keep dropping. I'm sorry. You can run whichever heals you want. I really like to have a healer drone, so I'm just moving around, and my healer drone's basically keeping me alive most of the time. Now, to make this really easy, sometimes your healer drone will get stuck. Like if you're opening the door here, and then you have to run over here to read the screen, sometimes your healer drone will get stuck. So the best thing to do here is I never drop my heal hive, right? My heal hive is only designated for when I move. So let's say my drone is still above my head, which by the way, that was a defender drone because I don't have heal drone here, but it's gonna last forever because you're on a heal build, so it's really easy. Now anytime I move, I'm just dropping my hive with me. That way if my drone does get stuck over there, my heal hive is just healing me. So anytime I move, I pick up my hive and I drop it. I'm moving, I pick up my hive and I drop it. Okay? So next, where are we? Where was I? Now that's not really a mechanic, that's more of like a strategy or something, but yeah. Where were we? Yep, so fire's coming in here. Rockets, so this is at 100, okay, the rockets are still going off. You're gonna have to make sure you keep opening that so they can shoot rockets at it. And this is at 100, so at this point, okay, someone needs to go into the chamber. Let's say your guy at C, okay, and there's going to be, I'm sorry, first you actually do have to move this once. Press X on this and move it once. That's gonna move this thing right there. Okay, and then you're gonna have to let him in C, and there's gonna be a health bar at the top. He's gonna have to DPS the Percival or whatever they call it. He's just gonna DPS it, and then once he DPSs it, you're just going to want to come over here, move it again. Okay, once you move it, all you have to do is let him in again, say, hey, I moved it, and he's going to shoot the next one. And then you just have to come over here, do it one more time, you're gonna move it, right? And then you're just going to come back here, open this again, and he's just gonna shoot the last one. This time you just have to come back here. This time you're gonna press X twice, or whatever your button is, and it's actually going to pour this. It's actually gonna pour the crane on top of the gun, and it's gonna set it on fire. Now, at that point, all you have to really do is the water pressure. Now, I'm going to explain more about the downstairs part of that later, but all you have to do is turn this water pressure on once they set the water pressure. And you're going to need in between, oh, it actually says right here, 80 to 85. We usually pump 90 in, and then once that water pressure's in, you're just going to press this button, and either you're going to open C and he's going to go in like that, or you already let him in through C and he's already ready for pressure. Either way. And then at that point, he's going to take the water gun, and he's going to shoot the lava that you dropped on top of there. And then at that point, everything's basically done. You just have to meet up at one of the doors. We usually go B, so everyone's going to be meeting up at B. I'm going to open B for them. They're all going to get in B and kill the boss. Now I'm just going to go over the other positions. That was basically control room. I hope I didn't leave anything out in here. I'm scared. Ah. Okay, so alright, I'm right by power, so I'm just going to explain this. Every like 45 seconds or so, excuse me, there's going to be a heavy that comes out one of the sides of the power door. It's going to be a heavy and a purple. So the purple is just going to run straight for this power and shut the power off. If the power in the building goes off, it's really bad, because let's say the siren goes off and people need to shoot rockets, they can't open the doors, no power, and it's basically going to wipe. So you just have a guy assigned here to, you know, most people's sweet dreams, the Sweet Dreams the purple, and then kill the heavy. And then the same thing over for this side. It's going to be a heavy that spawns out this door, and a purple will run to turn this off. Just got a Sweet Dreams or whatever. If the power does get turned off, FYI, you're just going to want to sync this with the guy on the other side. You'll say 3, 2, 1, power, and then power will be back on. Other than that, if you do see your purple guy come out, normally he will go and run straight for the power and try to turn it off. Once you get to like 75 or 100%, if you see your purple run out and he does not go for the switch, he'll just like run downstairs or something like this, that means they will not go for power the rest of the time currently. So you can just go downstairs at that point and start helping to clear ads. You no longer have to go with power, so now you can just be you know, helping shoot ads that are spawning out here. Okay, I think that's about it for power. Next we're gonna be moving on to the rocket guys. So actually I'm gonna say C doors right now. So you're gonna have no, yeah, maybe I will do an ad guy. Okay, so here's a spawn, and there's a spawn, and this is C side, okay? Now, once in a while, you're gonna have rocket guys that you'll kill them, and they'll drop rockets. You're just gonna pick up the rocket, and you're gonna wanna set it inside for the people who are shooting the rocket, as I explained in control room, okay? And other than that, there is screens, okay? This screen right here, see how it opens? Okay. There's going to be a symbol, like a white cup on a conveyor belt. As I was saying earlier, he's going to be saying a symbol off to you, and he might have said white cup on a conveyor belt, or a lot of people say like full cup on a conveyor belt, or empty cup on a conveyor belt. You're going to look right here and you might see a white cup on a conveyor belt. That means it's going to be yours. If you're not sure which power box you have to hit, you can follow the yellow cord and it will go to it. If you're unsure and you just want to double check, or you don't have the video memorized or each spot memorized, you can just follow the yellow cord and it will show you which power box you have to hit. So this would be the power box for this one over here, right? So let's say your power guy said white cup on a conveyor belt. You had a white cup on a conveyor belt right there. So you're just gonna come over here and shoot the thing, and that's gonna be a good code. It's gonna move you up to 25%. You're just gonna proceed to kill ads and keep on dropping rockets as they fall to your rocket guy. And that's gonna be the same thing on the other side. If you do want to know where the other TV screen is for here, it's right here. Okay, and that one goes right here. Here's where the yellow cord goes for this one. Okay, that is about it as an ad clearer on C. Oh goodness, I almost forgot. There is the water pressure too. The water pressure valves are right here. This gets discussed before the match even gets a hit or even like starts. So people before have already said, okay, we're just gonna need a 15 from C when it's time for water pressure, for example, okay? And now you're gonna hear the person up in the control room, they're gonna say, okay, we're ready for water, everyone hit their water. And you already know that you have to press a 15 from C, so you're just gonna walk over here and press X at that point, or whichever number they told you. Sometimes you might need all of C, sometimes they might say, you know, and these numbers are always gonna change as well, so it's good to pre-plan that out ahead. And you're gonna want like 80 through 90 total. So yep, that's it for water. That's really easy. Now as for the second guy on C, he's gonna be the guy that's actually kind of staying in here. He can kind of help shoot ads, but he's gonna be in here reading off the code. Now I can't open this door, but where the code at is really easy. It's right here, kind of where I'm shooting. And it is just numbers going across the screen. It's really easy to find, really easy to see. Yeah, and then this guy's just going to walk in and shoot the rocket every time it signs. and he might be reading code. Someone over on the other side might be reading code. So depending which guy you assign to it, you may or may not be doing it. Maybe you're just shooting rockets. Maybe the other guy's doing code. Maybe you have to shoot the crucible. Maybe you have to do the water. So anyways, next on, I'm going to pretend like this guy is doing it all. Okay, but you may be doing rockets and may not have to do it all. So yep, this guy's just going to come in here, read the code off. Okay, let's say it's C45, like in the example earlier in control room. Okay, white cup on a conveyor belt, etc. Okay, let's say there's a rocket here from your ad clear. This is just going to open up. You're going to shoot the train. You're also going to see a health bar on it in case you're unsure of where to shoot. Okay, and then let's say we get to 100% and we're ready for the crucibles. Okay, when this opens, you're just going to look up, and at the top of the crane, you're also again going to see a health bar. You just have to shoot the weak point, the health bar. It's really easy to kill, and then that's it. He's going to shut the door, and he's going to move it, and then you're going to have to shoot the next one, and then he's going to shut the door, he's going to move it, you're going to have to shoot the next one, he's going to pour it. At that point, we're going to be ready for water. Okay, he's going to say, all right, everyone give me the water, and then he's going to open this door for you. I like to have a decoy on at this point or something. You can like throw a decoy, that way the boss isn't harassing you. I also like to have a tank build. If I was in this position, and maybe this whole time I've been in here shooting rockets and all that, maybe I've been popping everyone Vanguard, I like that. And yep, at that point you're going to run into that door, and you're going to go and hit the water. Now I can't get in that room right now because I'm solo. You actually have to be in the boss fight, but I'm gonna go look through the window and just show you where the water's at, just in case you're wondering. Alright, and water is right there. There's a water gun right there where I'm shooting. You can see it, it's kind of yellow, and all you have to do is get on that and press X and shoot it at the top of that gun, which is going to be covered in lava, and you just have to shoot that for a second, and that's it. Now, I'm pretty sure that that is basically everything. The only thing that I really have to do now is kind of walk around, and I would like to show you where the other water pressures are at. This is going to be the water pressure for B. Okay. Here's going to be your screen for B. This is going to open up. Maybe it's, you know, white cup on a hook. Maybe it's, you know, here's the other screen here. Maybe it's black cup on a moving conveyor belt or something like that. Alright, and you just have to follow the power boxes. Follow the yellow line. So that one's going to take you to this one. And this screen right here is going to be the power box that is upstairs. You'd have to shoot there. Okay. There's not much more to really mention about B. Alright, and then here's the spawn location over here for A, 2 spawn locations. Now, here is the last spawn location over here for A. Alright, and then over by A, you're going to have 3 water gauges over here. Okay, and here is going to be your first screen. Okay, white cup on a conveyor belt, let's say. And here's your last screen. And then again, you're just going to follow the yellow cords to figure out which power box is there for. Okay, see how we're following this yellow cord? That one's for that one. And that one over there is going to be all the way for this one. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, this one right here that is hidden. Alright. Now, that is about it for boss 2. Pretty sure I'm missing something. I think that is good. Oh, so the last thing I will say here is about water pressure. So I'm just gonna pretend like we're doing this real quick. So here is basically I'm looking for 325s and a 15, I think. Okay, so here's an example of how this is all on A. So I know that I just need 125. So if it was me calling it out, I might say something like, well, first I need to know who has the other 25. So let me go check real quick. Was it B? All right, so here's a 25. So right now I would just say, okay, we need everything on A and 125 from B. So A would just hit all theirs and then 125 from B. And then boom, water's done, and then control would be hitting his switch upstairs. Yep, that's gonna be it for second boss, I'm pretty sure. Obviously everyone's gonna go in the same, you know, your group's gonna be grouping here at B, and they're gonna be staying in here shooting the boss. I think that's everything for the second boss though. I'm actually gonna go right now and make a really easy third boss tutorial. I do already have a third boss tutorial up on how to solo the cogs by audio, but yeah, I'm just going to make an actual tutorial on third boss as well. I saved the checkpoint. Yep, I hope you liked it. Man, it was kind of long, 25-minute video. I did spend about 5 minutes doing first boss explanation, but I was pretty in depth, and I hope everyone got the point. Thank you. If you can, follow, like, subscribe. Take it easy.